What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Say hi to my little friend here. In this video, I want to talk about the Sam Millsap situation. We all know what's going on with the Sam Millsap situation. It's pretty much everywhere, and bro is pretty much cooked. Like, I don't know if it's not looking good for him, bro. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good, Bev.
And I don't know if you can come back from this situation, but I don't want to make this video to shame Sam or to talk bad about Sam. I don't have anything about the guy. I don't know the guy, so I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about him. I just want to use this situation to kind of analyze what's going on in the info game and kind of give my take on what you should do if you're someone who's starting an info business, what you should do if you want to take this path, and what you should not do. I want to just analyze the situation in general. As I said, for Sam, it's not looking good. His trust is at an all-time low, and I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from this situation. But then again, I think about a lot of people that have been in very bad situation, like online. I'm talking about online. And the first name that comes to mind is like Logan Paul. I mean, I hate Logan Paul, but we all know what Logan Paul did back in, I don't know, whenever it was, 2016, 2013. I don't even remember. But yeah, we all know what he did in that forest in Japan. And bro is back. Like, bro is back. Like, and he keeps living his life, keeps making a lot of money, and he keeps scamming people. And people seem to forget, people seem to not care. So maybe Sam will be able to come back from this situation just because people will forget. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. But as I said, I'm not here to talk about that. On a quick side note, I saw yesterday, I was scrolling on Instagram Reels and I saw this guy. I don't remember his name. And this guy basically made a diss song against Sam, a rap song. And it was so fucking funny. Like, we're at the point in history where we have course sellers making diss songs about each other. Like, this is a great time to be alive, guys. But yeah, I'm kind of going on a tangent here. The point of this video is to talk about the info game. And what I want to say is that the info game is changing. The info game is not what it used to be a few years ago. It's not what it used to be in 2018, 2019. It's completely different now. And back then, the trust was still there. Now we have a trust recession. That's what they say. I don't know if it's as bad as they say it is, but there's definitely less trust because people have been scammed a lot of times. So people are way more cautious with what they buy and with all these courses and all this stuff. So there's a trust recession, and selling nowadays, it's not the same as selling like 2 or 3 years ago. Back in 2018, 2019, you could just have a few videos, you could have a simple landing page, one call, and people would drop 5, 6K just like that because it was a different time. Nowadays, it's even hard to get people to click on your landing page, let alone people watch the entire landing page, the entire VSL, and then book a call and then close them on the call. It's much, much harder. People still do it. People are still very successful with this, obviously, but there's definitely a trust recession, and the market is way more sophisticated than it used to be. The market is used to all the marketing gimmicks, the marketing tactics. They understand what a funnel is. They understand once they go into a funnel what they're getting themselves into. They understand once they get on a call that that's a sales call, and there's going to be a high trained closer that's going to try to extrapolate emotions, extrapolate pain from that person in order to try to sell whatever it is that they're selling, right? So people are aware of these tactics, at least people in this space, right? In the info space, in the online, making money online space, people are aware of these tactics. I'm not saying that they don't work, but it's much harder to make them work nowadays. And there is a lot of sales resistance. People don't want to buy on the first call. Sometimes people need to take 2 or 3 calls. They want to explore options just because there is such more options. Like, this is another thing. Like back in 2018, 2019 or whatever, there wasn't as much options as there are today. Like today, you have so many people who are selling coaching and consultants that there is so much choice. So people can actually be, okay, let me think about it. I'm gonna go check this one out and see what they got, and then I'm gonna check this one out and see what they got. So it's definitely a different time. Definitely a different time for the info game. But what does that mean for the info space? Does it mean that it's dead? Does it mean that it's going to die in the future? I don't think that the info game is dead, and I definitely don't think that it's going to die in the next years. And there's a few reasons why I think that. First of all, the creator economy is booming. Like it's growing. It's not slowing down. It's actually growing. The creator economy market, I think it's going to be like a $500 billion market by 2027 or 2028, if I remember correctly, something like that. But it's going to be huge. It's going to become even bigger, and the info space is not going anywhere. I promise you, it's not going anywhere. It's going to change, yes. The rules are going to change. The way people play this game, it's going to change, but it's not going anywhere. There's always more creators, and when there's more creators, the market gets bigger, and then when the market gets bigger, that means that there is more money to be made. Now, that also means there's going to be competition, but competition is a good thing, because if you have a lot of competition, it means that the thing works, and there's a lot of money to be made in that market. So don't see competition as a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. You just need to find your unique angle inside of that market, so you can take even a small percentage of that market. And let's say, for example, that this is a $500 billion market, right? I think it's going to be something like that. And you're a info owner, you have an info offer, you're a coach or a consultant or something like that, and you want to take a piece of this big market, right? It's $500 billion market. You want to take a piece of the cake. So even if you take the smallest piece of this cake, like for example, even if you take a 0.1%, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be something like $500 million. And even if you take like a 0.01%, it's going to be still, I think, $50 million, and 0.001% is going to be like $5 million. So you can still make millions of dollars even with a small part of the market. And with social media, getting that small part of the market is not really that hard. Like even if you don't make 5 million, that which is 0.001% of the market, even if you make less than that, even if you make like a couple millions, like are you gonna be sad about that? I wouldn't be sad about that, to be honest. I'll take the couple mil. So the market is only getting bigger, is expanding, and a lot of people are going to make millions off of this market, of the creator economy that's growing. So the info game is not going anywhere. Another reason why I think the info game is not going anywhere is that a lot of people are starting to realize that university, college in general, is a scam. Like when you go to college, you spend thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to get a degree, which is most of the time fucking useless unless you want to be a fucking doctor or a lawyer or or an engineer or something like that. If you're going to college with the idea of being going into one of these careers, then that's great. But if you go into college trying to be I don't know some useless degree, then it's fucking pointless because you're spending so much money and you don't even get a guaranteed job with that fucking degree. So it's fucking pointless. You can just learn a few skills and build a small audience and start making money online that way, and you can make a lot more money much faster. But this is my opinion. You take it with a pinch of salt. You can do whatever you want. This is just my opinion. But I think the online info game is going to kind of revolutionize how people think about university and stuff, because a lot of people are going to choose maybe spending a couple grands, maybe 2K, 3K, 5K to learn from someone who's actually done what the thing that they want to do, instead of having to pay tens of thousands of dollars going to college for 4 years, wasting all that time, all that money. And you can just pay 2 or 3K, 4K, whatever, to someone, to a mentor, and speed up the process of where you want to be and start making money as fast as possible. I think that's the new way. Yeah, I think that's the new way. And that's why I think the info business is not going anywhere. It's only evolving. And I think it's evolving for the better. I think it's becoming better with time. And let me explain to you why. First of all, you cannot scam people as easily as you could a few years ago. Now the market, as I said, is much more sophisticated, right? It's much more sophisticated, and people know the tactics. People know everything. So you cannot scam people as easily as you could a few years ago. Obviously, there's going to be always gullible people who fall for scams, and that's not we can do. There's nothing we can do about that. But it's not going to be as easy to scam people the same way that it used to. And the reason why is because people have been scammed before. So if they're thinking about buying a mentorship or a course, they're going to be a lot more skeptical and they're going to do a lot more research, right? And the reason why the info game is going to evolve and become better is because this market sophistication, this evolution of the market forces the offer owners to make better products, because that's the only way to survive long term. If you want to make short money, like you want to get rich quick, you can sell a scam, find a few gullible people who believe anything you say, who believe that they can make a lot of money fast, and you can make some money doing that, but that's not a long term plan. But if you want to be in this business like myself, I want to be in this business in the long run. For the long run, I actually want to build something real. I want to build a sustainable and long-term business, and I want to build wealth for the future. And that's why I want to focus on building a good product and a good service. So I think the info businesses that are going to survive are not the flashy ones where they promise you a lot of stuff and they never deliver. I think the ones that are going to survive are the quiet ones that have a lot of value and actually deliver what they promise, and not flashy. I know they're not promising, oh, you're gonna make millions of dollars in just 30 days if you do this. This is the new trendy business model. You have to jump on this before it's too late. This type of shit doesn't work anymore. Maybe it does on some people, but it doesn't really work anymore, I think. Also, I think that the era of flexing cars, Lambos and stuff, it's getting old. Like, people don't care anymore. Like, every time I open Instagram and I scroll, I see some random 19-year-old kid with a Lamborghini or with a Ferrari, and they all look the fucking same. Like, it's all the same shit. They all live in the same 3 buildings in Miami. They all have the same fucking cars, and it's not valuable anymore. Like, it's not flashy, it's not flexing, it's just boring. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, when I see the same thing over and over, it just gets old. I don't care anymore. It loses value. Like, because just everyone is doing the same thing, and when everyone does the same thing, like, back then it used to be special if you had a Lamborghini, if you had a penthouse or whatever, a penthouse in Miami, if you had a very expensive car, it used to be special because not a lot of people had it. Like, there was just a few people who could afford to buy those cars, but now everyone can do this. They don't even buy the cars, they just finance it and rent the cars. And I don't care. I mean, I don't care about this stuff. Honestly, for me personally, I just want to build long-term wealth and buy things when in cash when I have enough money to buy for that thing. And I don't want to waste money on useless stuff. I don't want to be here flexing what I have. I don't really care. I don't really care. I care about long term. And a lot of these keys, they don't care about long term. They only care about the short term, the flexing, and I don't know. But I think that's getting old. People are going to trust more authenticity, and people were just raw and authentic and don't show all the stupid flexing stuff. I mean, it's not bad showing what you have, but not all the fucking time. Not trying to flex all the fucking time, right? So I don't think people will fall for this type of marketing where they're flexing expensive stuff all the time, because it's just getting old. It's just getting boring at this point. I think people are just gonna look for authenticity and personality, and they're gonna want to work with people, real people, who are authentic and raw and just normal people. I think that's my opinion, and I think the only way to stand out nowadays is to not flex. Like, literally, like, everyone is flexing. That flexing is not a flex anymore. The only way to flex is to not flex. When everyone does something, if you want to stand out, you have to do the opposite. So flexing is not flexing because it doesn't have the same value that it used to be. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it doesn't have the same value. Flexing does not hit the same as it used to a few years ago. So people don't care. I kind of went on a rant on this video. The point of this video is if you're starting your own info business and you want this to be a long-term thing, you want to build an actual business and you want to build long-term wealth, like I want to do. I took Sam as an example to show what you shouldn't do. Like, you shouldn't buy all this stupid stuff and then you find yourself in a situation where you're not paying your the sales rep, and then you have to sell your cars, you have to sell your watches, and it's just a bad situation. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. First of all, you have to build a good product. You have to focus on building a good product. You have to focus on providing genuine value to the people. You have to care about the people, and don't think about scamming people. Don't think about making a quick buck, because I promise you, you might make some money, but then it's gonna fall off. It's short-term money, and if you want to be rich for just 6 months or a year and then be broke again, then again, the choice is yours to do it. But if you want to be rich, actually rich for the rest of your life, then focus on providing value, focus on building something real. And it might take a little bit longer, but I think it's going to be worth it. So that was the message of the video: how to not run a coaching offer. Don't scam people. Focus on the product. Focus on helping people. Be genuine, be raw, be authentic. Don't need to flex all your cars or whatever. If you want to show your achievements, of course, you bought something that you wanted for your, you've been wanting for your entire life. You bought your dream car. Okay, that's fine. That's good. You can show it. That's not a problem. Just don't be there like flexing all the time. Oh, how much money I got? Look at this. It doesn't. People don't care. So I kind of went on a rant on this video, but hopefully it was useful to some of you. And yeah, I hope you got something out of this video. And if you liked it, you can always subscribe and hit that like, so you can help my channel boost in the algorithm. And that's it. I'll see you in the next one.